Hello, my amazing people. First of all, I wish you peace. I wish you strength and clarity, and the discipline to keep going. Welcome to 2026. Not just a new year, a new chance, a blank page, a moment where you decide, not what sounds good, but what actually changes. You are not here by accident. You are not here for hype. You are here because something inside you is tired. Tired of repeating the same year. Tired of the same habits. Tired of the same unfinished dreams. This is not about loud motivation. This is about real change. Slow, clear, step by step. And while you listen, something else is happening. Your English is improving too, without pressure. Your ears are learning the sound. Your mind is learning the rhythm. You are getting comfortable with English in your head. So this is not only life improvement, this is language improvement as well. Now listen carefully. A new year does not change your life. A new mindset does. A new decision does. If nothing changes inside you, the calendar cannot save you. Most people wait to feel ready. They wait for motivation. They wait for the perfect time. And while they wait, life stays the same. This year is different. Not perfect, not extreme, just intentional. You don't need to change everything. That is where people break. Trying to fix your whole life at once creates pressure. Pressure creates quitting. And quitting keeps you stuck. This time we move differently. One step at a time. One decision at a time. One habit at a time. Think of your life like a long road. If you look at the whole distance, you feel overwhelmed. But when you focus on one step, the road becomes possible. That is how real change works. 2026 is not asking you to become someone else. It is asking you to become aware of who you already are. You don't need to hate your past. You don't need to feel ashamed. You don't need to punish yourself. You only need honesty. Awareness is the first step, not guilt, not judgment, awareness. Where are you right now, and what keeps holding you back? Answer honestly, because honesty is where growth begins. And before you build something new, there is one thing you must do first. You must let go of the old version of yourself, because if you don't, you will keep rebuilding the same life again. Letting go does not mean forgetting. It means stopping the habit of dragging the past forward. Old mistakes in your mind, old regrets in your heart. Every time you carry them, you slow yourself down. You want new results, but you live from old identity. You want confidence, but you keep reminding yourself of moments when you failed. You want better English, but you keep saying, I am bad at English. And your brain listens. Your brain does not know truth. It only knows repetition. What you repeat, it accepts. So when you repeat the past, you recreate the past. That is why letting go is not emotional. It is practical. You are not asked to erase your past. You are asked to stop letting it control you. The old you survived something. That matters. But the new you is here to build something. And survival is not the same as growth. You can respect where you came from without living there forever. So you change the question. Not why did this happen to me, but what is this teaching me? Not this ruined me, but this shaped me. Lessons move you forward. Blame keeps you stuck. Letting go also means releasing guilt. Guilt feels like responsibility, but it is not. Guilt focuses on what you cannot change. Responsibility focuses on now, and that gives you power. You made mistakes. You are not a mistake. You wasted time. You are not wasted. You struggled. You are not weak. Say it slowly. I am not my past. I am my direction. And when this becomes real, you realize something powerful. Because once you let go of the old version of yourself, there is space inside you. And that space matters. Because that space is where your mindset lives. And mindset changes everything. Your mindset is not just thoughts, it is instructions. What you repeat in your mind, your brain learns to follow. That is why two people can face the same life, the same problems, and get different results. One sees difficulty and stops. The other sees difficulty and learns. Same situation, different mindset, different future. Most people try to change habits first. They write goals, they make plans, but their thinking stays the same. And when thinking stays the same, behavior always returns to the old pattern. That is why mindset comes first. If your mind keeps saying, I cannot do this, your body listens. If your mind keeps saying, I am not ready, you keep waiting. So, in 2026, we retrain the mind. Before we fight habits, the first shift is awareness. Not judging your thoughts, just noticing them. Listen to your inner voice. What do you say to yourself? When something feels hard, do you say, this is too much for me? Or do you say, let me try? That voice is shaping your future every single day. The second shift is changing questions, weak questions. Create weak answers. Why am I like this? Why do I always fail? Change the question. What is one small step I can take right now? What can I learn from this? Better questions. Create movement. The third shift is how you speak to yourself. Your brain listens to your voice more than anyone else. So stop attacking yourself and start guiding yourself. Not I am perfect, but I am improving. Not I am confident, but I am becoming confident. This language gives your brain direction. The fourth shift is patience. Growth is quiet. Growth is repetitive. It does not feel exciting, but it works. Every better thought, repeated daily, changes identity. And slowly, your mindset upgrades. And once your mindset changes, you are ready for the next truth. Real change does not come from big moves. It comes from small steps. Small steps create big change. Not because they are impressive, but because they are repeatable. Big goals excite the mind. Small steps train the brain. When you try to change everything, your brain feels threatened, so it resists. That resistance is not weakness, it is protection. Your brain wants safety, not sudden change. So when you say, I will take one small step, your brain relaxes, and relaxed brains learn faster. That is why small steps work. One small step does not change your life today, but repeated steps change who you are, and identity changes everything. You do not rise because of motivation. You rise because of momentum. And momentum is built by actions that are easy to start and hard to quit. Instead of saying, I will change my whole life, you say, I will change one habit. Instead of saying, I will study for hours, you say, I will start small. Small actions feel simple, sometimes too simple, but every small win tells your brain, I am someone who follows through, and that message builds self-belief. When your brain trusts you, it gives you energy, focus, and confidence. Small steps also reduce fear. Fear lives in big expectations. When the step is small, fear shrinks, and action becomes possible. Consistency survives, because small steps respect reality. Tired days, busy days, low-energy days. Small steps still fit, and over time, small steps stack. One becomes two. Two become routine. And one day, you look back and realize something powerful. And now this is where real change becomes real. Not in big plans, Not in perfect routines, but in one habit. One habit, chosen carefully, done every day. Most people fail because they try to change everything. They start strong, they overload themselves, and then they quit. This time, we simplify. One habit, clear, repeatable. When you wake up, you know what matters today, not everything, just one thing. That clarity removes confusion, and confusion kills progress. The right habit is not the hardest one. It is the most useful one. A habit you can do, even on tired days, even on busy days. If a habit breaks, on a low-energy day, it is too big. Strong habits are small, but consistent. Every time you do your habit, you are not just doing a task, you are proving something. To your brain, I am someone. Who shows up? One day does not change you, but repeated days do. That is why habits matter more than goals. Goals live in the future. Habits live in now. Goals depend on mood. Habits create structure, and structure creates freedom. Do not wait for motivation. Motivation follows action, not the other way around. You act first, and motivation comes later. If today feels heavy, you shrink the habit. You do not skip it. A smaller version still keeps the chain alive. Consistency beats intensity. When one habit stays long enough, it becomes identity. You stop saying, I am trying, and start saying, I do this daily. That shift changes everything. And one of the most powerful habits you can build is improving your English. Every single day, English does not grow in pressure, it grows in exposure. The more you hear it, the more natural it feels. The more you use it, the less scary it becomes. Most people think English improves in classrooms, with rules, with fear, with correction. That belief keeps them stuck. English is a skill, and skills grow by use. You do not wait to feel confident. Confidence comes from familiarity, and familiarity comes from daily contact. Listening every day trains your ear, even if you do not understand everything. Your brain is learning patterns. Thinking in English trains your mind. Simple thoughts, short sentences, speaking every day trains your courage. One line, one sentence, out loud. Your mouth learns, your brain adapts, and fear slowly disappears. Mistakes are not weakness, they are practice. If you avoid mistakes, you avoid growth. So change the rule. Not, I will speak when my English is good, but my English gets good because I speak. Do not separate English from life. Let it exist, in small moments, while walking, while thinking, while alone. No pressure, no performance, just practice. Over time, your brain stops fighting the language and starts accepting it. And when English feels familiar, confidence follows naturally. Not perfection, but comfort. Comfort with trying. Comfort with mistakes. Comfort with progress. And once this habit becomes normal, you are ready for the next shift. And now focus becomes your biggest advantage, because when you stop learning everything and start learning one useful skill, progress accelerates. Most people stay stuck, not because they do nothing, but because they do everything. A little here, a little there. Nothing goes deep. In this year, we do not scatter energy, we concentrate it. One skill, chosen with purpose, built with patience. One useful skill can change your income. One useful skill can change your confidence. One useful skill can change how the world sees you, but only if you commit. Do not choose a skill because it sounds exciting. Excitement fades, usefulness stays. Choose a skill that solves problems, a skill people need, a skill that creates value. For some of you, that skill is communication, clear thinking, clear speaking, clear expression. For others, it is a digital skill. Editing, design, content, systems, and for some, it is understanding money, how it works, how it flows, how it grows. The skill matters less than your commitment to it. Once you choose, life becomes simpler. You stop asking, what should I learn next? Clarity saves energy. Energy creates progress. But learning alone is not enough. If you do not create, nothing changes. Watching teaches awareness. Creating builds confidence. So whatever skill you choose, use it. Create something small, again and again, not to impress others, but to train yourself. Each creation deepens understanding. Mistakes become lessons. Lessons become skill. And slowly, your identity shifts. You stop saying, I am trying to learn. You start saying, I am building something. That identity is powerful. Another important shift: learn your skill in English. When you combine both, growth multiplies, skill improves, English improves. You do not separate them, you stack them. Depth matters more than speed. Going deep means staying, even when progress feels slow. In a distracted world, focus is rare, and rare things create value. So choose one skill and go deep, because mastery creates freedom, and freedom changes how you live. But remember this: success without peace is not success. And this is where consistency matters, not perfection. Consistency. Perfection breaks. The moment life gets messy, consistency adapts. If you miss a day, perfection says you failed. Consistency says continue. And that difference changes everything. You do not need perfect routines. You need repeatable ones. Something you can do on good days and bad days. Consistency respects reality. Some days are focused, some days are heavy. Consistency works anyway, because consistency is about showing up. Showing up daily builds trust with yourself, and trust builds confidence. Real progress feels boring. Same actions, again and again. No applause, no instant reward, but repetition builds skill. Repetition builds identity. Anyone can start. Few can continue. Consistency is quiet, but results are loud. Consistency does not mean you never rest. It means you never disappear. You can slow down, you can adjust, but you do not stop. Stopping kills momentum. Continuing keeps it alive. This matters for skills, for English, for habits. Even small effort keeps the connection alive. When consistency becomes normal, motivation becomes optional. You stop forcing progress. Progress follows you. Results become inevitable, not fast, but real. And once consistency is stable, another truth appears. To grow without burning out, you must stay present. And this is where many people lose peace. Not because life is hard, but because the mind is never present. You are eating, but thinking elsewhere. You are learning, but judging yourself. You are resting, but feeling guilty. This constant movement creates stress, because the mind was not built to live everywhere. It was built to live here. When you are present, energy becomes clean, focus becomes sharp, emotions become stable. Presence is not theory, it is a skill, and skills can be trained. Start simple. One task, one moment, one focus. Multitasking feels productive, but it breaks attention. Attention divided, results divided. When focus is full, learning improves, memory improves, confidence improves. This matters deeply. For English, for skills, for growth. If attention drifts, gently bring it back. No anger, no judgment, just awareness. Awareness creates control, creates small moments of stillness. Silence resets the mind. Stillness is not waste. It is recovery. Reduce distractions. Your phone is useful, but it steals presence. Protect your focus. Because focus protects your future. Stay present with emotions. Do not escape them. Notice them. Naming emotion reduces its power. Presence does not stop planning. It stops imaginary stress. When you are present, you respond better. You learn faster. You speak clearer. And calm strength appears. And from this place, you are ready for the final truth. You do not control everything. You control effort. You control intention. You control action. You do not control timing. You do not control outcomes. And that is okay. Most people quit. Not because they are wrong, but because results take time. They plant seeds, then dig them up to check growth. Growth is quiet. Roots grow before results show. So do not quit, because progress feels silent. Trust the process. Trust does not mean waiting. Trust means continuing. Without panic, there will be days when nothing moves. Days when English feels stuck. Days when habits feel boring. These are not stop signs. They are stability tests. Because breakthroughs often come after boredom. Another truth. You are not behind. You are exactly where effort placed you. Comparison creates pressure. Pressure kills patience. Stay in your lane. Stay with your steps. If today is slightly better than yesterday, you are winning. Growth is not dramatic. It is steady. It is honest. You do not change life in one moment. You change it with small decisions. Every time you continue, you grow. Every time you stay patient, you grow. Every time you do not quit, you grow. Confidence becomes real, not by talking, but by living. When things feel unclear, return to basics, habits, presence, consistency. That is where strength lives. You are not starting from zero. You are starting from experience. Everything you learned, everything you survived, is part of your foundation. So keep building. Slowly, honestly, faithfully. This year is not about perfection. It is about progress. Not speed, but direction. And if you keep moving, one step at a time, one day you will look back and realize something powerful.